We have all these new, interesting, crazy videos from around the world sent in by you all that are gonna make us rethink life. Thank you, Zoe, for the video.
What's up?
Come to the door. I need to talk to you.
Okay, you can talk to me right here, man. What's up, man?
No, I need you to come outside and talk to me real quick.
Okay, why?
I have some questions to ask you. Come on out.
Yeah, I see absolutely zero squad car. You did not identify yourself, which officer you are, no badge number, not stating that you had a warrant. You don't even know who I am as the homeowner. You didn't identify a name that who you need to speak to and or what this is in reference to. So the answer is absolutely not. What's worse is there are people out there that will absolutely fall for this at 2 in the morning because, number one, they're a little bit disoriented and they've just blindly been taught to trust the cops. Understand that when you're dealing with real officers, there's going to be a lot more identifying factors here going into play. That radio didn't go off a single solitary time. And additionally, these outfits just don't sit right with me. It does not complete the cop outfit and or look if you've ever dealt with the police. And understand the only way the cops are able to get into your house is if they have a warrant, they think it's a threat of an emergency situation, and or you invite them. So y'all stay safe out here.
Thank you, Random, for the video.
Did you guys see that video where Diddy's riding
Hold
like
on.
a scooter inside his jail cell?
I know you lying. Is it real? I just want to know why. I just want to know. This is not no playground.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get! What's next? Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it.
This guy's having a blast, fam. And why does the jail look empty? No, this is AI.
That's what I
fam.
noticed.
No, this is real. It's like an e-bike. This guy's me in the summer.
Wait, but why is it empty?
I'm sure certain celebrities and famous convicts have their own jails to get sent to. Even like infamous cartel bosses.
Actually, that makes sense.
For sure, they can't just put Diddy in the regular jail.
Thank you, Mr. Jones, for the video.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities.
Thank you, Hector, for the videos.
The other third type that got mentioned on Mission was reptilians. But every time that they were mentioned, it was really quickly hushed up by whoever else was on the other end of the line. Shut up, don't say that, is what they were doing.
That don't want to talk about the reptilians.
They don't want to talk about the reptilian presence at all. They would talk about the tall whites and the grays being in the lab environments, you know, not a lot, but some. But these reptilians, it was like nobody wanted to talk about it.
Was there any sort of an explanation did anybody give you of why they don't want to talk about it?
No, the only time I got any inkling was that when I, was out of the program and other people started to talk to me about all the different, things. And they're like, well, how many races are there? I don't know. But some people talked about the reptilians. They're like, do you realize that these are...
Randy Anderson, Green Beret, and he was at this training ground. They walked him to this room, and on a plaque, it said, off-world technology.
Oh my gosh.
He looked at the other Green Beret guy, and they're both like, what the heck, dude? And he said, we walked in, first thing that we saw was this metallic orb thing just hovering. And he said the only way I could describe it is like there seemed to be like almost like a field around it, like a mirage. It's just like, and then there's this other thing that he walked up to, and he said the only way he could describe it is like it looks like you would place your hand in it and like grab it like a shield. And then he said there's like this pad on it. It was like crystal, but it looked like it would display numbers or something.
A screen or something.
Like a digital panel, but glyphs. But then he said all of a sudden these things started popping up on it. He said the only way I can describe it is it looked like Egyptian like hieroglyphics.
Oh my gosh.
He said I kind of like froze, and one of the head guys was like, "You all right?" He's like, "Yeah." And didn't ask questions about it. And
Ask questions.
You're not allowed to.
Do it, Eddie!
There's an experiment that took place in the 60s. This is called the Milgram experiment. Are you familiar with it?
No. I've never heard of it.
Yale University is doing an experimentation on learning and the power of learning. You're both volunteers. There's a guy in a lab coat that's running this thing. And he says, we're going to draw straws. One of you will be the teacher and one will be the learner. So the other guy draws the learner straw. He goes to you become the teacher. Unbeknownst to you, this other guy's a volunteer. He's in on it. You're the only person participating in the experiment. So they sit you down at this machine. They say, this is an electric shock machine. And it goes from like 30 volts all the way to the right where it says XXX danger extreme shock. You're going to read these words out and see if he can remember them. And if he gets it wrong, you hit this button and deliver a shock. So you can hear him go, ah, you go, oh, for some of those intro shocks. But every time he gets one wrong, you have to take that little slider and move that voltage up one notch. So the guy keeps getting it wrong, keeps getting it wrong. Around 250 volts, he's screaming every time. Around 275, he's saying, I have a heart condition. I want to stop.
No.
I don't want to do this anymore. Come get me out of here. Around 400 volts, there's no more reaction. It's total silence, and he's not even answering the questions anymore. So you turn back around to this guy in the lab coat who says, it's important that you continue. Increase, shock, increase, all the way to this 450 extreme. So before this experiment took place, these psychiatrists got together and they said, how many people are going to go through with this? Who's going to go all the way and kill somebody? Or so they think they're going to kill somebody. The shocks are not real. And they thought 0.8%. You have to be a psychopath. You have to want to hurt people. And in reality, 67% of people went all the way. So Stanley Milgram's trying to find out, do people just respond to orders? Like the Nuremberg trials were going on. And these Nazis were saying we were just following orders. So 250 volts is enough to kill you. 100% of people went up to 250 volts. 100%. This is a big deal.
AI video or AI art of realistic images. Oh, I want to see the Pope playing basketball. What's one thing they always mess up? There's one thing. What? The hands. Most of the time, if they mess up, it's usually hands having an extra finger or a hand being like misshapen, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Hands are usually the one that gets messed up. Check this out. In dreams,
Okay.
what's one thing that dreams never get right? Hands? Everybody's dream, right? They say like if
Really?
you want to find out you're dreaming or not, the first thing you check are your hands. And if they're misshapen or they have an extra finger or whatever, that's when you know you're dreaming. So why is it AI and dreams both mess up hands? What if AI, the way it works?
Thank you, Hootie, for the video.
I need people to stop thinking it's going to come from their tax dollars. Look at all the trillions that America spends right now. We talk about inflation, the invisible tax. We have something called the PPP loans. Do we remember the PPP loans? America spent $6 trillion on PPP loans. You know what they just did? They canceled all of it. And we didn't even know. America gave the corporations, the banks alone, $29 trillion. You know what they did with that? They canceled all of it. So let's stop acting as if America is as hamstrung by debt as they want to pretend. Because when America wants to pay for something, they find a way to do it. And truth be told, the corporations, again, aren't hurting. The defense manufacturers aren't hurting. It's only Americans who are hurting. And that is a choice. We all know it's a choice. That's why we're running for office, because we know this country can do better. So I refuse to accept that this country can't do right by a people they've wronged for centuries, and I refuse to accept that any justice-minded person thinks that's the right thing to do.
I'm sure Wendy's doesn't want you to see this, but I do.
God, I'm gonna get sick. Look at how much of this I ate. Look at how much of this I ate. It's raw.
That's raw.
You cannot tell me that's not raw.
Oh no, we can.
Raw.
Are you? That is raw.
Yeah, that's got to be weird. I mean, maybe that even means it's real. So that is kind of satisfying to know that you're eating real meat and it's not processed.
What are some silent diseases? Some diseases that's just, they go silent.
Well, one of the main ones is kidney disease.
Ooh.
Kidney disease is very silent in America as it is. And the reason why, because people don't get detections of kidney disease until later in the stages.
That's scary.
Right? To like stage 3 and stage 4 and stage 5 and things of that nature. Then they'll start getting symptoms. Right? And a lot of times people will be fatigued and don't realize your kidneys probably not filtering the way they need to. One of the main things that really damage the kidneys is high blood pressure. So when we talk about kidney disease is silent, the reason why it's silent because most people who have high blood pressure don't think to check the kidney filtration.
So kidney disease is one of those diseases that don't show really that much symptoms until it advanced. In other words, so it's like they were saying, like it's like a silent disease, which is scary because you want to make sure that you can get it, you know, at its beginning stages. But how do you know it's beginning stages? I like the information that they gave out to, you know, to kind of watch out for. I like how he had mentioned high blood pressure. So I know that this is Rapha Roots. Rapha Roots is all about natural, holistic health and healing. Their name, Rapha Root, means to get to the root of your healing. So healing the root. They sell nothing but great holistic herbs on their page. And it's not only herbs, they sell skincare stuff, they sell deodorant, so they sell a bunch of stuff. And look at the prices. I don't know where else you're going to find prices like this that get to the root of your healing. So I know he had mentioned, you know, high blood pressure. So they even have blood pressure stabilizers. And look at the ingredients, all key ingredients that are going to get to the root of your healing. We were even talking about kidneys. They even have kidney filtrations. And again, look at their ingredients. Y'all know anything that I share, I support heavily. I'm not going to put you onto something that I don't use myself. Make sure to use my discount code Perkyy15 if and when you plan on shopping with Rapha Roots to save yourself 15% off of your order. You don't want to miss out on this deal. Again, we're trying to heal. We're trying to get back to our natural best selves, and we're trying to take care of our health. So for those that are serious about taking care of their health, check out the rapharoots.com. The link is in the description down below. Thank you, My, for the video.
I'm documenting you. What you doing here? What is your business? Look at this. I ain't never seen this out here, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Something is going on. Every street is blocked down. What are they doing here? What? Homeland Security Emergency Management Agency. I ain't never heard of that. HSEMA.
HSEMA.
And he's stuck. They about to let somebody off the back. Y'all, if this don't look like a purge truck, I don't know what the is. It's in there.
I hate looking at the comments sometimes because, oh my goodness, people just, they said she sounds like the voice from the actress from Scary Movie talking about, Cindy, the TV's leaking.
Cindy, the TV's leaking. Cindy, something's wrong here.
Stop. But I've never heard of HSEMA. I've never seen that before. It looked like it was given New York. You guys have to let me know. But we know that this is only the beginning. But I need to update. Why y'all keep sending me this man?
Let me tell y'all a true story. Peace up and watch this video to the end. The Matrix isn't available. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go.
I'm there
trying to watch the Matrix, bro. Okay. And like, what the is going on?
Oh.
What? They done took the Matrix off the what? Come on. Bro. We can't even watch the Matrix no more in the Shut up! What you mean the Matrix movie isn't available? I was watching it last night. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what that guy was talking about, because last night I watched the Matrix, part 1, part 2, and 3. Shut up! Check your movies. Check to see if it's available, because he's saying that it's no longer available in America. That guy don't know what he's talking about. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys, and if you didn't see the movie, it's too late. Check it out for yourself. Because when I checked last night, it was there. Now, don't you say it. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys, and this getting crazy.
Play it.
Let me find out they're removing all the movies. Probably was something that they want us to see. People are waking up. People, don't you say it. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here, guys, and I don't think. Stop playing with me, son. Oh my God. Nah, I'm just playing, guys. Go check it out right now. But I tell you one thing: if I'm ever home at night and I'm ready to watch the Matrix movie and it's not available, I'm gonna punch my TV.
Thank you, Mr. Monte, for the video.
To order ready to receive the most merciful, thy plans, master.
What are we looking at? Oh, how all the movies are related? Hmm. He has a great eye, because I wouldn't have caught half of that stuff. Wow. Thank you, Hector, for the video.
They have an experiment where they have one gentleman in a room with a blindfold on and his hand on a remote control, video game in front of him, but he can't see the video game. They have another gentleman in another room who's looking at the video game with no remote control. They create a mind link between the two and transfer this guy's mind into the other guy. He's now controlling the other guy's hands to play the video game.
No way.
Yes.
This is documented.
Documented. In Russia, the 2045 project, they've already took a monkey and transferred its consciousness into a computer. That was done in 2010. They have the Avatar project where they transfer a soldier's consciousness into a field robot, and then the only thing that gets damaged if the robot blows up, the symbiotic link is disconnected through consciousness, but the soldier's obviously not gonna die. They can take a skin cell from you, they can put it in a petri dish, they can get it under the right conditions, turn that skin cell into a stem cell, culture that, turn that into a group of stem cells, and then grow that into a full clone of yourself using your own stem cells, and then transfer your mind into your new body.
Thank you, Freddie, for the video.
Borrower is slave to the lender. What happens to us is we go to school and they give us a free pizza, so we sign up for our first credit card. You can't go to college without a student loan because you can't be a student without a student loan. That's federal law. So we sign up for that, and then we graduate from school, and now we've got the first big boy, big girl job, and we're tired of driving that old hoopty, so we get a car we really can't afford. And then people start saying, oh, you've been married 20 minutes and you haven't bought a house? What's wrong with you? Buy a house, buy a house, buy a house, buy a house, buy a house.
20 minutes.
And then we have 27-year-old couples who have been out of school 5 years who are now hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, plus their home, come to us, and they say, Dave, can you get me out? We do not borrow money for anything, ever, in any circumstances, ever. That idea is weird. I am well aware of that. And it is such a hard job to convince people who have been sold by 4 credit card companies $4 billion a year for decade after decade after decade. You see, if you don't have any payments at all, none. Think about it. Just breathe in. What if you didn't have, even, let's just pay off your house right now in your mind. Everything's gone. And you come in Monday morning, and the boss starts yelling and screaming and cussing at you. You just start walking off. You're like, where are you going? I don't have any payments.
Thank you, Joshua, for the video.
Like I said, the whole world's a stage, even the NFL. Take a look at this.
This all started last season when the NFL scriptwriters and I, but we got together and we decided that 2 brothers should play each other in the Super Bowl. When the Bosa brothers said no, I said, well, I guess the Kelseys will do.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, now the Chiefs have Taylor Swift on their side. So why would they want the Chiefs to lose when their jersey sales have gone up 400%? Which brings us back to this video.
Here's a clear example. 27 doesn't even attempt to make a tackle on Patrick Mahomes, giving him a clear path to a first down.
They also love to tell us the truth in all their commercials as well. Check out these.
What do we got? I say we run last year's script back. Who doesn't love a good sequel, right? Nice.
But we're just going to tweak the ending a little bit.
There we go. Write that down.
All right, everyone. Last season was a smash. Ratings gold, but this year's script has to top it. So welcome to the table read for the 104th season of the NFL.
Wow.
Let's get to work.
Thank you, Hootie, for the video.
So if any of you guys were concerned about the fog, this information will blow your mind. They just tested it in Florida and results indicated it contained Serratia, I can't even pronounce, but if we read down here, this is a parasite, and they are calling it biological warfare. By the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. Can you breathe in parasites? Oh yes, you can. Pinworms. The second one here is tapeworm. And if we scroll down here, parasitic pneumonia. parasites can actually cause pneumonia. Isn't that interesting? We've seen a rise in that. They're coming at us from all angles, the sky, the food, and now the air. This is why supporting your body and changing the terrain of it is absolutely crucial. After learning how prevalent parasitic infections are and the fact that we don't deworm regularly, I decided to deworm and passed a mass of liver flukes. And now I deworm myself and family regularly every.
Thank you, sir, for the video.
That would have fed, mate. That's a spaceship, man.
That looks like that thing I saw in LA.
And a spaceship. They're shooting a rocket again.
That's a rocket, yeah.
That's what happens when something's flying through the ether.
That would have fed. That would have fed, mate.
That looks like that thing I saw when I told you guys about
spaceship. They're shooting a rocket again.
That's a rocket, yeah.
That's what happens when something's flying through the ether.
Yeah, it looks. That's exactly what I seen.
Blue light in the box.
Got a plane, buddy.
No, that probably is a plane.
Okay. Where do you want to see the 727 doing this? In the daytime? You want to show it to me? And that have a weird travel part too.
Now, you know what they do good? See the trail it is behind? They can leave that 100 miles earlier.
Okay. Granddad's is the 727. But that's the joke. It's a light in the back there. That's
It just disappeared? For those that have missed my reaction that I did a couple videos back, I was saying how the weirdest thing I seen in the sky was this. And I believe it was in 2017. This happened. I literally was coming back from a basketball game, and I kid you not, we seen all these cars just pulling over, getting out, and then just looking up with their phones. I said, what are they doing? So we was looking like, what are y'all looking at? And this is what we seen in the sky. Me and some friends that were coming back from a basketball game. This was in the sky. And the thing is, they didn't tell us nothing about it. They didn't say, hey, we're going to launch it. They didn't say nothing. We just seen it. But this was what we seen in the sky. Thank you, Mr. Jones, for the videos.
So you run out of the essential nutrients your body needs, then something breaks. So you go to the only medicine that your insurance pays for, which is allopathic MD-directed medicine. The doctors don't know anything about medical nutrition. They don't believe that the body can cure itself, so they give you a drug that manages the problem. The drug, in its working in the human body, also burns through nutrients. So after 6 months or a year, the drug stops working, or they need to increase its potency, or they need to give you a second or a third drug. And then you get worse, and then you need another drug, and then it gets worse, and then you need surgery, and then you get a secondary infection from the surgery, and then you need another drug for that, and then you die. And then your relatives are so grief-stricken that they organize a 5K run on your behalf to come up with a cure for stomach. And who do they give the money to? The people that failed you in the first.
It's just a recycle. Let y'all know about it. I'm not about to say it. Thank you, Pinky, for the videos.
Putin first became president. He floated the idea of Russia joining NATO. Clinton's like, we don't really like that idea very much. And he said, okay, if you won't let Russia in NATO, at least don't allow any of the countries on our border to join NATO. And Clinton said, that we can agree to. Next thing you know, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, and Poland all join NATO, directly on the Russian border. Then, when Obama becomes president, at a summit with Putin, Putin said, I spoke with Clinton years ago about Russia joining NATO. It's something that we would like to explore. And Obama said, we don't think that's going to happen. And he said, okay, well, you guys lied to me about these other countries joining NATO. So don't allow Ukraine to join NATO. This is going to be a serious problem otherwise. And he's like, okay, we won't. And then Joe Biden becomes president, and he's like, oh, you know, Ukraine would be a great addition to NATO. And the Russians said, we've had enough.
Thank you, Heavy, for the video.
The amount of fallen angels that came down with him have not multiplied. It's still the same number. So he has to be very intelligent and create a system by which he can multiply darkness. And so he doesn't have to attack every generation. He just needs to program the first generation to believe.
Oh boy. Shoot. Okay.
Yes.
I've never thought about that in my life.
A conversation you're meant to have with God that you don't have with him, Satan will have it with you. The earth and the heavens have the same birth date. And so it is impossible to function effectively on the earth without consulting with the heavens. If your son fell from like a one-story building, you're going to call 911. We will call Jesus. We don't have any emergency line. Culture is what carries captivity through generations. And so when one generation agrees with a captivity mindset, they teach the next generation. And by the fourth generation, nobody questions it because it's culture.
She ate.
Point is, each of you has a different brain, but the school system treats you like you're all the same. They shouldn't be teaching you what to think, but how to think. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination.
So, we should drop out of school and just imagine all day.
Heavens no! The teachers at school can be a great resource for some kids, but stop seeing school as the only possibility for education. You were learning before you sat in a classroom, and you will continue to learn long after school.
Life is all about learning. You're always learning. That's never going to end. That is powerful.
Theory why they actually took down TikTok. Apparently,
oh yeah, let's hear it.
They didn't even have to take it down. The reason they did that though is because there's too many real conspiracies that were becoming way too popular, and they just wanted to reset everybody's algorithm. A lot of people on TikTok right now, they're saying we used to have all of these TikToks of conspiracy theories, LA fires, Diddy, Luigi, and there was so much at once, and it's hard to stop that from becoming popularized if that's what's going viral. What happens to everyone's For You page? It goes deeper and deeper, breaking down government secrets.
Because that's what the algorithm would feed that person.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
I honestly can see that because I'm not gonna lie, my algorithm has not been the same since TikTok got unbanned. That was the quickest unban I've ever seen in my life. That was the quickest ban and the quickest unban. They've been talking about it for years, and then it happened not even for 24 hours. It was gone for a couple hours and then they restored it. But my TikTok has not been the same like my feed, my algorithm. So I have a question for you all. Has it been the same for you? Is it different?
FBI uncovers child network in Disney Park. Today, the magic of Disney was shaken by a shocking discovery. The FBI was called in to investigate reports of suspicious activity in one of the world's most popular theme parks. Anonymous informants claimed that something dark was happening behind the scenes, far from the public eye. Upon arrival, everything appeared calm, and at first glance, nothing unusual was found. Curious, investigators began exploring the less visited areas of the park where the magic seemed to have faded. After hours of searching, agents were led to an employee restroom identified by an anonymous source. Upon inspection, they found a closed door. Forcing it open, they discovered a narrow, dimly lit, and damp tunnel hidden beneath the park grounds. The air was thick with a strange smell, as if the place itself held dark secrets. As they proceeded, agents encountered unusual items scattered on the floor. Character costumes, broken toys, and even old documents that seemed related to park maintenance operations. The atmosphere of mystery was palpable, and the feeling of being watched grew with every step.
Do you know what the C40 consortium is? Yeah, well, they're a lot of fun. 40 of the biggest cities in the world. They've all signed on to this. So what's their agenda? You can't even believe this is true. One short-haul flight per person every 3 years. 95% reduction in private automobile ownership. No meat consumption.
I know.
No meat consumption,
I mean,
right? And finally, 3 items of clothing a year. That's their plan.
No.
Absolutely. 100%.
3 items of clothing?
C40. It's 3 items of clothing. How much bloody clothing do you need? The planet's at stake.
Nephilim that live underground, for example, under Mount Hermon, under the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. They're very active in Area 51, at New Schwanstein in Germany, also in Antarctica. And they're shapeshifters. And so Nephilim underground have more of their true shape. And I have a very dear friend that the Lord has just blessed me with friendship with her. She is from the royal bloodline, and she was a product of the Hitler Project. So she was birthed out of a conception ritual that involves so much darkness that there was this interplay with the spiritual forces of darkness in her very DNA. And so people that were born as a result of this conception ritual have a third strand in the DNA, and they're able to birth hybrids and Nephilim. So she's one of them. She's from South Africa, and it's not her real name, but she goes by Elle. And so she has experienced both birthing Nephilim, but also she had a Nephilim as her handler for parts of her life, and she experienced unspeakable torture. I mean, it's hard for her to even put words to it because really as humans we can't comprehend the level of torture. Some of that was underground, and so she saw this Nephilim in its true form.
Thank you, Blue Lion, for the next couple of videos.
What is it gonna take? What is it gonna take for us to listen? I'm like sick to my stomach, okay? I've heard the rumors and I'm guilty of it, taking my kids to go eat at McDonald's, but today took my girls to go get their normal Happy Meals and got a 10-piece for my 6-year-old, and she bit down one of her chicken nuggets and she says that, you know, she hurt her teeth. And so I'm looking at it and I pull this out. She pulls this out. She hands it to me, okay? And I'm freaking out. Baby, where's your tooth? What happened? How'd you lose a tooth? How did you lose a tooth in your chicken nuggets? It's not her tooth, y'all. This is not my baby's tooth. But this is a baby's tooth. This was someone's baby's tooth.
That's been kind of big to me.
This is disgusting, and this is what we're eating. This is what we're feeding our kids. This is a human tooth. This is a baby tooth, and I say baby no more than 6 years old.
They in the back screaming, having the time of their life.
This is a baby tooth, and we're eating this. And you are still gonna go continue to eat from there. Look at this.
I don't know what she did with the tooth, but I definitely would have turned that in. You know, they can probably take that tooth and get some type of DNA. It can lead to somewhere or someone who may be quote unquote missing, but I would love to know the updates of this situation with this tooth. But if y'all can stay away from processed food, let me tell you a quote that shook me, but it's so real. So, you know, like when we think of fast food, we think of like your McDonald's, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, Burger King, Jack in the Box. Like you think of these places, right? Do you know what the true definition of fast food is? Fruit. Fruits and vegetables are fast foods. Something to think about.
Did you know that sugar, when you eat a donut, Pop-Tart, piece of bread, doesn't matter, Kool-Aid, Dr. Pepper, did you know that when you swallow sugar, they have known for 70 years that it goes inside your bone marrow and it suppresses within 45 minutes your body's ability to produce white blood cells that fight infections like bacteria, yeast, viruses, funguses, and parasites? Did you know that it literally shuts off your immune system and makes you more susceptible to all viruses, all infections? And did you know that they compared sugar to prednisone? Prednisone is a steroid. And do you know that its job is to suppress your immune system? In fact, it's called an immune system suppressant. Did you know that sugar suppresses your immune system more than prednisone does?
Well, now I know.
So if you're trying to fight an infection, if you're worried about the bird flu in the future, and I find out you're eating donuts and Pop-Tarts and cereal in the morning, you don't care about your health.
That doctor be eating, I'm telling you right now. But we know that processed sugar is one of the most biggest drugs in this time. It's been, but I'm just saying processed sugar is on a whole nother level. I'll put the picture up, but it's to show like how our people ate sugar versus how we're eating it now, because the sugar has gone up. Sugar is in everything. I'm telling you, when you guys start, the more videos that you watch on this channel, the more you'll be looking at the back of the nutrition facts of anything that you buy. Because I'm telling you, you'll look, when the ingredients start looking like a chapter in the Bible, it's like, I don't even want it, because it doesn't take all this to make this. This is what's crazy. But I also wanted to point out, do you guys remember when Krispy Kremes was giving out free donuts during the pandemic? I'm telling you, sugar is the biggest drug. I'm telling you, start looking at the back of your ingredients. You're going to see that sugar is in everything. Literally, I'm telling you, down to seasoning salt. It's in everything. Sugar is the biggest legal drug in the market right now.
This morning, a popular brand of women's panty liner accused of containing a chemical known to cause. This is according to a new lawsuit which was filed yesterday in Los Angeles. A lab test showed the Carefree panty liner contains forever chemicals that don't break down easily. Exposure has been linked to multiple health issues, including immune system damage, developmental defects, and increased risk of some. The lawsuit demands that the company eliminate these chemicals from the panty liner or add a warning label on its packaging. The owner of Carefree panty liners has not responded yet to the law.
I have a lot of soft toys in my room. What should I do with them?
很多女生都喜欢把自己的卧室摆上很多娃娃，可是你要知道，娃娃会接收负能量的。你有没有听说过很多木偶娃娃上面附着灵魂？因为娃娃它会刻画出一个人物形象，万事万物都是能量所组成。木偶娃娃会接收到飘还在宇宙当中的灵魂，等于你在养灵魂。你不怕吗？哎呀，赶紧扔掉！可是扔也不能随便扔，首先先要确定你的木偶娃娃上面有没有被灵魂附体。如果被灵魂附体了，那就需要把它们请出去。要做一个法事，不然附在上面的灵魂也会来影响你的心情。如果你现在晚上容易做噩梦，半夜惊醒，有时会突然恐慌不安，这些都是你的木偶娃娃上附上的灵魂。更严重的是，你能够感应到房间屋内有人走动、有身影或者有声音，所以不要再摆放太多的木偶娃娃，为了自己更好。也为了你家人好啊，时间久了，木偶娃娃上面的灵魂也会影响到你家人，对大家的身心灵健康都不好。
Let's watch this video.
If you are married, I want to talk to you. There is one thing in marriage that God takes very serious, and I'm going to tell you what that is. When you disrespect your spouse, God is not pleased. When you are not honoring your spouse, your prayers will be hindered. When you step outside of your marriage, you are not honoring God, because the Bible tells us that God honors marriage. Therefore, your prayers will be hindered. God will not hear the prayers of those who don't respect their spouse. Most people don't know this because it is not talked about. Because your ministry, it starts at home. Charity, it starts at home. God will hold you accountable, and He see how you treat your spouse. So remember, if you are not honoring your marriage, you are not honoring God. Can I say you love God? Can I say you are a child of God? And you are not honoring your marriage.
False cross. Don't tell me you don't know, because now you know. If you are going to make the cross as a Christian, you are going to start here in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. You are making an inverted cross. Don't believe me? Check again. Here we go. Point 1 and point 2 are forming this line. Point 3 and point 4 are forming this line. Both lines together forms this cross. I know it's just because of traditions and you just learned this, but you should question it, right? That's the audience of the Vatican. Reminds me to a snake from the outside and the inside. Here are the teeth, the eyes, the skin, the tongue rolled in, right?
This blew my mind when I first seen it.
The front.
Shaped as a snake,
right?
The whole building. Let me go ahead and end that video here. Like I said, that video blew my mind the first time I seen that, because it was like a whole place or building shaped as a serpent, a snake. And it's like, even down to the construction of the building, these people know what they're doing. All this stuff is hidden in plain sight. You just have to have eyes to see. But I really enjoyed these videos. I have some new mixed in with some stuff that you guys sent, like, I don't want to say a while back, but last month. Y'all know I'm trying to catch up on videos. I've been asking y'all to send in videos because I'm trying to mix in new. A lot of people are saying, you react to old videos, Perky. So I'm trying to put in all the new ones. So please forgive me. It's just funny because I'll do a bunch of videos one day, and then all of a sudden the next day, that's when stuff starts coming out. So I'm trying to balance here, but you know, your girl has been working. I'm recording, doing multiple videos. So hallelujah. But thank you guys to all that have sent in videos. I know I had some from Blue Lion. I know I had some from Hector, Pinky, who else? Mr. Jones, Surf, Hootie, Think Mike, Fong, And I had a couple other people, but thank you to all that have been sharing and sending in videos. If you want your video featured on here along with the shout out, all you have to do is join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. I have a whole thread where you can add your conspiracy theories, and that's how I'll see them and how I react to them. Probably one of the best ways to ever send your videos if you want me to react to it. So I just wanted to say that in advance. That's why I share my Discord. 2, I know y'all see the merch. I know it's invisible. That's because it's green. So y'all can kind of see a little bit of my green screen. No, the shirt don't come like this. It's not see-through. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. Shirt does not come like this. On my end, the words are green, but just go on the website, shopperky.com. Y'all see it. But all I ask is those that have been supporting or are about to cop and buy the merch, may you please take a picture and tag me in the photo so that I can add you and feature you and shout you out on the website. Look, I don't ask for too much. That's all I ask for. I also want to say that we are on the road to 900,000 followers / subscribers on here. When I tell you I'm so blessed, grateful, and appreciative, because I know it's not me. I give all esteem and all kabod to my Saba Yahuwah Alua and my Abba, my Adoni, Yahusha HaMashiach, because I'm just a vessel that they work in and through. So I have to give credit and honor where it is due. So all praises goes to Yahuwah and Yahusha. I am forever grateful. But that is all for today's video. I'm still not done. I'm about to be in a react mode. So I have a lot of videos to react to, but hallelujah, I'd rather have a lot than none. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom, shalom.
You can't bring me down. I know who I belong to. Yeah. What? I won't sell my soul. I know my worth.